And APB, American Protection Bureau, voted #1 best on Long Island for all your security needs. Call 631-390-9050. That's 631-390-9050. APB.
For that, dude, but I did want to share something. So we were talking about Florida, right? And I felt, look, dude, I was worried about you when it was happening. Definitely worried about Benny. We've got friends from school. We've got friends in
Sure.
Florida, right? Our own Missy Beefcake was right in the eye of the storm.
I was,
I had to check on her. She's
I,
okay. Everything's fine.
yeah,
But,
good,
so,
good.
when you think
Thank
about
God.
humanity, but I wanted to share this with you, Jimmy. So think about this, okay? You got this big storm coming, right? And you got to pack your family up. You're going to go. What does some person do? Let me see if you want to enjoy this one.
It's okay. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. It's okay, buddy. It's okay.
So someone decided, hey, you know what? I don't really care about my dog. I'm going to just know the big storm's coming. I'm going to chain it to a tree and let it drown. Thank God for some officers in Florida that video was from an officer who saw this dog. And if you watch that video closely, Jimmy, the water's up like halfway up the dog's legs already. What the fuck is going on in humanity, man? I'm sorry.
About 30 years ago, the government decided that it was no longer proper to house the mentally ill. And they decided to give everybody a pill and let them cure themselves at home. What we have over the last 30 years is apparently, to me, a lot of really bad crossbreeding amongst the insane. Because that's insane. No one with a heart or a sane mind would do anything like that to an animal. I actually strongly suggest the idea that the animal is not the animal that was chained. The animal is the chainer. We are in a very, very sick time because we have turned our back on caring. Okay? If we, it got vilified in the old days that insane asylums were prisons. And in some cases, they very well may have been. But to take away the alternative when a truly sick person obviously needs to be put away and observed. And that's the key word, observe. If we had had more decent care for the human race, I don't think we would have discarded millions. By the way, what happened in New York, you live in New York. You were at the epicenter of psychiatric care. I don't know if you realize that, but that was the most populated place in the States back in the post-war when soldiers needed somewhere to go. Would you have rather they come home, take a pill, and figure it out for themselves, Michael? Or
Well,
go someplace
honestly, I think that's what happened for the longest time. You're talking about Vietnam vets who,
Right.
when they got home, had no help, and
Right.
they were strung out on heroin and everything else. Here these heroes defended this
Right.
country, right? And
Right.
but again, I'm looking at this, Jimmy, and I'm thinking to myself, look, I understand you're in a panic, right? It's like, how do you leave your animal
You
and
don't.
just leave? It's like
You don't.
it's like what
You-
inhumane, like, my God, Jimmy.
Did this person go to jail?
No, what I think is the police were driving by and they saw the dog chained to a tree.
Have they found the dog's owner?
I haven't investigated. I would
All right.
doubt it. But
Okay.
again, think about it. You're a cat lover. You're a dog lover. Could you imagine? Like, look, I speak to my wife about this all the time, right? People lose their jobs. The economy's not great, and to care for an animal costs a lot of money. You got to
Right.
buy between vet
Right.
bills and food and everything else. But it's
Right.
like
Let me put it this way.
I
and
don't
this is
know,
gonna-
man.
this is gonna- this
I
is
could
gonna
kill
be-
someone over this.
This is, you know what? This is going to be very honest of me, but once upon a time, there was someone who was related to me who I thought was a brother and has 3 children, and 2 of them he has never given a dime to and doesn't even fucking know.
Right.
Okay? there are some evil fucking people out there who don't give a shit about anybody but themselves.